Hello everybody and welcome to this winner reveal for our Tech on Tap giveaway, our 250th newsletter competition. If you haven't heard the details, well, you missed out now, but we are giving away a pair of Shokz Open Move headphones. And we are giving them away to one of you. And we asked people to send in either voice notes or comments to us on WhatsApp or email, telling us their favourite newsletter article from us. And we'll go through some of those entries today. We had a ton of entries, and thank you so much for that. But we will go through a few of them here in this recording. And then we will use a random number generator to pick out a winner. And that person will receive a pair of Shokz Open Move headphones. But first, I want to bring in Mr. Joe Lonigan here, because Joe has been here a little bit longer than me. So, Joe, you were here when the newsletter started originally. 250 newsletters. This was kind of your baby from the beginning, Joe.
Yeah, so I suppose I was originally put in charge of a newsletter by Kyron back in the day, back 5 years ago, I think now at this stage. And I was then, JP was moved quickly into the role, and now JP is no longer with us. So things change, things move on in periods of time, but I'm still here 250 episodes later, or 250 newsletters later. So but we're on 253, I think, this week coming up. So that's how quick time is passing, David. Absolutely. And we've covered hundreds and hundreds of different articles and topics, and it's been a great success so far.
I want to ask you, Joe, what's your favourite newsletter article, if you had to pick one?
Well, I have a good few favourites, I suppose. Originally, a lot of my favourites were to do with smart speakers and all the different things you could do with smart speakers. But I think recently I could point towards some of the smart home stuff we've covered. Reviews of Neff smart ovens, and reviews of Kasori and Ninja air fryers and things like that. I love that kind of kitchen stuff and accessible kitchen stuff and daily living things. So yeah, I think that would be the category I would go for, David.
Awesome. I think for me, I must say I know it's one that we did relatively recently in the scheme of things, but I think it was really interesting to do the article on potential sight loss cures, looking at devices like Blindsight and stuff like that, kind of looking towards the future, but also being realistic and noting that, you know, not everybody necessarily wants a cure straight off the bat. And I know sometimes that can be a contentious kind of topic to look at sometimes. But I'm really proud of how we covered that one. And I think we've covered so many topics over the last number of years. And I think it continues to go from strength to strength, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Controversial is your middle name, David. So yeah, that was an interesting topic. All right. No, but yeah, I seriously, I think as regards cures go, like no one's saying anyone's going to get cured from newsletter articles or anything like that. But we do highlight interesting topics like that. Or I suppose another interesting topic that's going to be coming into the news very soon, and a lot more, is the potential of smart glasses and AI and things like that. So, yeah, we'll never run out of content, put it that way, for the newsletter.
Absolutely. Technology is always moving forward. If people do want to subscribe to the newsletter and you don't receive Tech on Tap currently, what you can do is you can use the link in the video description here on YouTube. And all you do is put in your name, your email, and you will be signed up to receive Tech on Tap. Usually that goes out 2 o'clock Irish time every single Friday. Now, to get down to business then, we do have a few comments in. Most people sent us text-based messages, whether that by email or by WhatsApp, and we'll get to some of those in a minute. But let's start with the voice notes. We have 2 voice notes here. Our first one is from Shell. Shell is in North Wales. Here is what she had to say.
Hi guys,
password keyboard.
This is Shell in North Wales entering the competition for the headphones. You were asking which was our favourite podcast, and I think mine was the Talking Health Gadgets, which I really enjoyed because I like anything to do with health and fitness. And I didn't buy the Withing scales, but I hadn't heard of these scales connected with apps before, and I've only got I only had then the stand-on talking scales, and I didn't buy the Withing ones, but I went to Amazon and I found some different scales that had an app, which I've been using since, so I was really grateful to find out about those. I love the show, always listen, and thanks for all your tech advice and for all the instructions given. Bye then.
So there you go. Thank you, Shell. I really appreciate that. Joe, it's really cool when you see people like actually getting stuff after hearing about it on whether it's podcasts or newsletter articles we do. It's kind of cool because it shows the real world impact what we're doing has, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it is. I love that actually when somebody gets a product and it's a success for that particular person. Especially things like Apple Watches, or there might be an app we'd speak about on a particular week or something, and then you might get an email after, I never knew about it, and I'm using it every day or whatever. Or it could be the new features inside Seeing AI that people didn't. They only used it for documents, but now they're using it to describe videos or whatever. Yeah. So, Shell, that was an interesting one there from Shell about the Whittings. I didn't actually know about that either, David, till you brought it up. Whittings had an accessible app or anything like that. So, yeah, we even learn about things ourselves, David, not to talk about our service users.
Absolutely. So true. Another person on a similar note, actually, who got in touch with us was Tony. Tony was talking about how he had his first experience with a blind shell. Here's what Tony had to say.
Hi, this is Tony MacDonald. Having a go with your competition for the earphones in the 250th Tech on Tap, and congratulations. My favourite edition is April 2023 when I got my first serious phone. Up to then I only had a Doro phone, but then I bought a blind shell too, and I was able to start looking at the Tech on Tap and open up a browser and get myself into the 21st century when it came to when it came to technology. Also, I read today's stuff, and I just noticed the update. So I'm going to have a go at the Observo and the reader, the new RSF reader, and see how I get on with them. You sound really interested.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tony. And we do actually have a follow-up voice note from Tony about his views on Observo. We might save that for one of the future podcasts, though. But Joe, again, it's great to be giving people really cool tips for the technology that they have and stuff as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, blind shell was one of the big ones, actually. It filled in a space that was missing around that particular time, around probably 22 or around 23 when it came out. So it filled in a space of tactile, people that needed tactile button phones. Not everybody can use a touchscreen, or not everybody likes using the touchscreen or the learning curve that comes with people want their old style button, Nokia style or Talk style mobile phone, and they love it. So that the blind shell has filled that space, and I'm delighted to hear Tony is coming into the 21st century there. So it does give you that bit more access to, we'll say, even online or WhatsApp, or there is a few other apps as well. You can ask questions, AI and dictate and text messages. All those things are available now through a tactile mobile phone.
Absolutely.
With buttons.
Yeah, and you can, crucially, you can listen to Talking Technology and read Tech on Tap on the blind shell as well, which is really cool as well, just to plug all of our own various things. I do want to bring in as well, on Deal or No Deal now, they'd call them the independent adjudicator, but for us, he's our boss. We'll call him Dennis Nolan. Dennis, I'll bring you in here. We had a few people sent us some messages in text form as well, in fact the majority, and we wanted to highlight a few of these. So we'll start off with number one here. We had a comment in from Sean.
Yeah. Thanks, David, and thanks to everybody for the kind words that have been put in text and verbalized for what they get from the newsletter. Sean came back with the following comments. Good morning, all. My favorite feature was from edition 249 regarding the glaucoma notebook app. David gave a well-balanced review of the app, both its advantages and, importantly, the shortcomings with the app and helpful solutions. Finally, David gave a concise and easy-to-follow explanation of what glaucoma is.
Awesome stuff. Thanks so much, Sean. I see. I threw that one in there just to, scratch my own back there, Joe, you see.
Yeah, we can see that a mile away. Yeah, but very good. No, there's an excellent article, you see. So no wonder it got a comment, and it shows that I suppose anyone with particular issues like glaucoma, we cover those kind of apps that specialise in even. We done, I suppose, I'm trying to think of the name of the app now to do with diabetes, which you can check your blood sugars.
Dexcom.
So that one, Dexcom, there you go. Yeah, we covered that as well. So there's all different apps for different conditions, and there's even apps out there that simulate eye conditions and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it was an interesting article, David.
Yeah, it's one of these things. I think sometimes, a lot of technology focuses on the most popular thing, whether that's from Apple or Be My Eyes in this space or whatever the case may be. And we do that too, absolutely. But I think it's important to talk about those lesser known things and ask some questions where that sometimes can get forgotten and provide quality information. Like, yes, we're a tech publication at the end of the day, but it is trying to explain things like glaucoma and stuff like that, as we said in that article. Understanding your own health, there's some really empowering. So definitely proud of that article, and thank you, Sean, for the comments on it. One to scratch your back then, Joe, is an article you wrote. Jackie McBrearty was commenting on the air fryer reviews that you wrote. Dennis, do you have that one there?
Yep, I do, David. And again, thanks, Jackie. Jackie's comments are as follows. I welcomed 2 new members to my family, thanks to Tech on Tap, Michael and Edward. They've brought such a positive change to my kitchen. After hearing Joe's glowing review of the Consore Smart Air Fryer, I felt confident enough to purchase my own, and ever since, I've been enjoying delicious meals with ease. Joe's review not only helped me make that decision, but it also inspired me to share what I've learned with others. Because of him, my kitchen's never been better.
Awesome stuff. If ever we need a quote to justify our jobs, I think that's the one we're going with, Joe. Thanks, Jackie.
Lovely words from Jackie, and it's unusual to see someone buy 2 I don't want to buy one, but Jackie bought 2 air fryers, which was amazing. But yeah, brilliant stuff, and I'm delighted to hear she's praising even her own cooking there. Delicious, she said. So yeah, we'll take her word for it.
Do you know what? The best praise is self-praise, Joe.
There you go.
Have to, we'll look at this entire recording. That's the whole purpose, I guess. But hey, I suppose let's get down to business then. This is the interesting bit, selecting a winner. So we had a total of 18 entries. Dennis, you can verify that.
Yep, that's here in front of me, David. Absolutely, yep.
Brilliant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my trusty companion Siri to select a number, and then where we will go from there is whichever number that corresponds with on Dennis's fancy spreadsheet there is who will win the Open Move headphones. That's the fairest way we can do it. So let's give this a go then. This is the exciting part. So I am just going to ask Siri, pick a number between 1 and 18.
A random number between 1 and 18 is 9.
Is 9. So, Dennis, we are going there to number 9. Who do we have at number 9?
Number 9, believe it or not, is the very Jackie McBrearty.
Jackie McBrearty. Congratulations, Jackie. You will be getting a pair of Shokz Open Move headphones. And your fan won out, Joe. So Jackie will be doing delicious cooking with some Open Move bone conduction headphones, which there you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Do you have a pair of those, Joe?
I don't actually, but I hear they're fantastic lightweight set of bone conduction headphones, and they are safe if you're using things like Soundscape. But that's brilliant. Congratulations, Jackie.
Awesome stuff. And thank you again to everybody who entered. Really do appreciate it. And who knows, we might do this again sometime. Dennis, will we be getting a budget for another round one of these days, do you think?
I think so, David and Joe. I think it's been very positive. The feedback here has been great, and the engagement, of course, has been wonderful. And to see the impact that the people who've engaged with this and got back to us via voice or text, the impact that's having is quite clear. So I think it's brilliant. Very, very well done.
Awesome stuff. So thank you again to everyone who entered. A reminder that if you want to subscribe to Tech on Tap, you can do so using the link in the description. You can also find our podcast here on this YouTube channel. So just subscribe to the VIA Labs YouTube channel for episodes of Talking Technology. You can also find that on all of the various podcast apps, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of those various places. And we've lots of ongoing courses as well that you can find in the upcoming events section of our website. That's vi.ie. So for now, thank you so much to everyone who entered. If you want to get in touch with us at any time, you can send us an email to content@vi.ie. But for now, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.